welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. Whether you're new or whether you're returning to my channel, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video today. If you do enjoy the content on my channel, The Polished Desk, I hope that you will consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell so that you know whenever I am posting new content. Also, if you would like to like on the video and even comment, that would be greatly appreciated. So today I have a video for you guys that I told you about a little over a week ago, or quite a bit over a week ago now. This is my Static Nails Liquid Glass Lacquer sort of wear test slash review. So I kind of split this video up into 3 parts. I did kind of like a little unboxing kind of thing, and then I'm going to show you all application of the system, and as I go I'll show you each of the 3 parts of the system, and I'll kind of tell you a little bit more about them. So I do the application, and then the last part will actually kind of be the, after showing you guys a few update pictures, just sort of like the general wear test, kind of my thoughts about the system and all of that. So for those of you who are not familiar with Static Nails, they are a brand that puts out what they call liquid glass lacquers. And so there are 3 steps to this. You have a primer, which is a base coat to fill ridges, to smooth the surface of your nail, and that kind of thing. And it promotes adhesion of the nail color, which is the second part. And you do 2 coats of the nail color, and then of course you also have a top coat here. With all of the steps, you're encouraged to seal the free edge so that you can maximize your wear in that way as well. So I'll tell you a little bit more about each of the 3 parts to this as we go, but all of their products are, I believe, 8 free, and they are vegan and cruelty free, which is obviously something that is very important. So yeah, so we are going to go ahead and get into the unboxing and then the application, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the system. Hi guys, so I thought that for this wear test video I would dedicate some of it to actually unboxing the Static Nails products here. So I actually have, I've been swatching a lot, so I actually have bare nails right now. And actually, I'm filming this on my actual desk that I use for all of my swatching and things. And these are actually really good silicone mats that I purchased from Amazon. So I will link those down below if anyone is interested in having those. I'm sure they come in handy for a lot of things. I use them for my swatching. And so they wipe right down with acetone and a paper towel. I recommend paper towels just because you don't get as many like fuzzies and things on them, because the point is to wipe away stuff, not add more. So, all right, making a little bit of noise here trying to open this. This actually took, like Friday will be 2 weeks since I ordered this, so it actually took a little bit longer than I expected. But, all right, so it looks like in the main box, and it just came in a regular cardboard box, which I'm not putting on camera because it's a little bit bigger. But here is no particular order. This is the liquid glass top coat that of course would be the 3rd step, it looks like. And then in this other box, we have the liquid glass lacquer, which, as I'm sure I've already mentioned in the intro, if that would focus, I went with Parisian Pink as the color. Like I said, I wanted to try to find a color that I would wear, for the number of days needed to really do a good wear test. So that's why I picked a color like that. And then, if you can hear the noise, the first step here, the Static Nails Liquid Glass Lacquer Primer. I'll move these. This was not in a box. It was in its little glass bottle here that I'm already fingerprinting. And so it looks like the brush is a little bit like the bristles look like they're a little splayed out, which I kind of hope. Maybe that's just how it looks when it's in the, yeah, it looks like they shape back up once you actually take it out. So yeah, so those are the 3 products that are going to be used. So the static nails primer, and then you actually have the lacquer, which we can unbox this. So they call it a glass lacquer. And I'm somehow struggling to open this tiny little cardboard box. Bear with me. All right. Okay, so the nice little glass bottle here, and again, this is Parisian Pink. That one's kind of focusing a little better. There we go. The liquid glass lacquer, and then we'll also unbox. I am struggling with opening the cardboard today. Like, I struggled less with the actual outer box packaging that was taped down and stuff. I struggled a lot less with that. All right, so this is clear, also, like we would expect. This is the top coat. So there we go. So you have these 3 products right here. So that's what they look like unboxed. Okay, so we will get into the first step of application by applying the primer. And so before I show you that application, here is a quick summary of some of the claims made by Static Nails about the primer. Those claims include smoothing the nail surface, filling ridges, and increasing color adhesion. So applying the primer actually ended up being one of my favorite parts of this entire process. As you can see, it goes on smoothly and is very shiny. I have read some reviews where people said they've worn this alone. I absolutely love this, as you can see, and as I'll be doing with all of my free edges here. You want to cap those just to make sure that you get the most out of each component of the system. So you want to start out with a great primer, and so as you can see, this one is very easy to apply and has a really good formula. Okay, so again, my color of choice for this particular wear test and review is Parisian Pink, and this is a really pretty neutral pink shade. It is, I would say, more of like a medium toned neutral shade, and so let's look at how this applies. So going in for the first coat here, you can see that I get color coverage pretty much in that first coat. Excellent formula. I do want to say, I meant to mention this, with the primer, the color, and the top coat, make sure that you gently shake or kind of roll each bottle to kind of get those ingredients nice and mixed up, especially if it's been, you know, the bottles have maybe been on your shelf for a little bit, or you've just gotten them in the mail. As you can see, I did cap or seal my free edge. You want to do that for all of the coats here to ensure longer wear time. So going in for the second coat, we have full opacity in 2 coats. I absolutely love this color. I think it's great. I would wear this any time of year. Again, the coverage, the formula is absolutely phenomenal and absolutely what I've been reading about. So this is 2 coats of Parisian Pink. And so we will go into the top coat. I absolutely love this top coat. It protects the manicure and it locks in shine that's not going to be gone after just a couple of days, as you'll see. So we're going to apply that. Very few swipes needed here to do this, as you can see here. And so we're just going to protect that manicure and lock in shine. And again, this is going to last, and you do want to seal that free edge there, so we'll do that. And then we'll look at the full manicure, 2 coats of Parisian Pink. So it's the end of day 2, and it actually just dawned on me that even though I'm taking pictures at the end of each day of the wear test, that I'm taking pictures of my non-dominant hand. So I just thought I would show you guys my left hand, which is my dominant hand. I'm left-handed. And I see like a little bit of tip wear right here. I did make sure to seal the free edges. However, I am going back to work at school tomorrow, and so I was doing some writing today, so that could just be some minor tip wear, or it could be that I missed that little spot. Either way, as you can see on both hands, the shine, that's probably what I'm most impressed with. There's still quite a bit of good shine, and my right hand is pretty much the same as yesterday. So I will check back in tomorrow, but to not even have any significant tip wear is pretty good for me because I tend to get it pretty quickly. So, okay, so that is the end of day 2. So I am at the end of day 3 of my Static Nails Liquid Nail Lacquer wear test. So I thought that I would check in with you guys. As you can see, I do not have any chips still. So, you know, for day 3, I'm not totally surprised by that. Most polishes that I wear and with base and top coat, I usually don't have too much of a problem with chipping by them. But still, I'm still pretty impressed with that. And also the overall shine, and there are no like scratches or any kind of thing like that has, you know, caused a problem for this manicure yet. So, and I am back at work, so I am typing and writing and just kind of using my hands a little bit more than when I'm just kind of hanging around in the summer. So, so I am impressed by that. On my non-dominant hand, because I'm left-handed, I have a little bit of tip wear kind of like in the corners. I find that sometimes with the square nail shape, whether you file your corners in a little bit or not, I tend to experience that. And then across the edge though, for the most part, or like the main arc, or whatever, I don't really see that. A little bit on the thumb as well. This one actually probably has like the most notable tip wear. I don't know if you can see it, but I took a picture of this hand and you can see it there. Even on my dominant hand, because I am left-handed, I see a little bit of tip wear, but nothing that I would complain about. And I do want to mention again that in fact, I did follow all of the instructions as far as the primer, the color, and the top coat, as far as sealing the free edge with every coat or every layer, which that's pretty standard suggestion for any nail polish. So I did do that. I also have not done any touch-ups to any of like the edges or corners, because sometimes I'll do that, but this being a wear test, I have not. Even with this thumb, I mean, that, I don't know if you can see, I'm trying to focus it, that little bit of tip wear on the thumb, you know, to be back at work and to be writing a little bit more and typing and stuff like that, and it to be day 3, I'm not really going to complain about that. One thing for me is that, you know, while I've enjoyed doing the wear test, this is really my first one, simply because for me, you know, longevity when it comes to like wear time or how long a polish wears is not usually like at the top of my priority list, because I do change my polish, not every day, but often enough to where, you know, I'm not really concerned with like 14-day wear or 10 or 7 or even really, you know, 3 to 5. I mean, not necessarily. So, but I'm still impressed by this so far. So that is the update. This is the end of day 3. And so I will check back in if there are any changes. So there you have it. You have how this system works, how it applies, and just a little bit about what my wear test was like. So as you can see, I kind of stopped doing updates after day 4 because that's pretty much how the manicure was for the length of time that I did the wear test. So I do have to say that I was very impressed by this system. So I do want to go through with all of my thoughts, kind of my pros and cons, and I'm just hoping that I don't forget any of this. Obviously, one of the first pros, as we look for with a lot of our products like this today, is that they are 8-free. They are vegan, they are cruelty-free. I absolutely love that. one of the second things, or one of the things that I noticed right off that I really liked, is the selection of colors. Now, like I said already, I picked Parisian Pink because I wanted a nice neutral kind of color that I could wear for the duration of the nail test, but they have so many different colors. So they have the traditional, more neutrals. They have reds. I was very impressed to see pastels, and I've actually seen swatches online of those pastels, and they look, you know, 2-coat coverage, they look really good. So I've heard really good things about those. They have brights, meaning they have some neon shades. They have some of the darker colors. So they have things, it seems, for every season, for different trends, for different, you know, personal preferences. So that is really good. Another thing that I really enjoyed was the primer and the top coat as well. These are excellent, and I would actually be excited to try these with other non-static nail polishes. I love a system like this when the base and top coats are excellent, because I feel like that makes it not only good for the products that they're made for, the static colors, obviously, but I love versatility. I have a huge nail polish collection, as you guys I'm sure know by now, and one of the things that I talk about a lot is versatility. So sort of like with the SE Gel Couture line, I love the top coat, you know, the Infinite Shine from OPI, I love the base and top coat. So I'm not just looking for good color. If I like the other parts of the system, that makes it worth it for me as well. So I really love these. And I also have to say, the primer, I think that the primer absolutely extended the life of my manicure. The top coat absolutely did its job. Like I said, I'm one of those people who is not, you know, my core focus is not, okay, how long is my nail polish going to last? I don't want it to chip off in hours or like even in a day, but at the same time, I change my nail polish frequently enough to where, you know, 10-day wear or maybe even like 5 or 6-day wear, like that's not at the top of my priority list. However, I love when a product is going to be good for my nails, and the primer absolutely is good for my nails. My nails were absolutely protected. There were a number of times throughout the week where, you know, whether it was what I was working on or I was being clumsy, that I absolutely should have had at least a chip in the nail or a break, and this absolutely protected my nails. I did see some growth, I will say that. And with the top coat, one of the things that does get to me is by the next day or 2 days in, if the shine is starting to dull considerably, I might reach for a top coat again and try to do that. Sometimes it kind of messes everything up even more. With this system, you don't need that. I was not losing brightness at all. I was not seeing any kind of like scratches or even a small indentation into my manicure until day 4. So after day 4, I just kind of stopped doing updates because really I didn't have a lot of change. I ended up with quite a bit of tip wear, but nothing super severe. I did not have any chips. I had no problems with that, and I would actually like to do another one of these wear tests maybe a little bit in the future here soon, in the school year, now that I'll really be in the full swing of work and really see in that day-to-day how these perform. But overall, I thought they were wonderful. Another thing that I really liked, there is somewhat of a smell to them. Obviously, they're nail polish products, but it's not very strong and it's not lasting. So I also really, really enjoyed that. And I would also say, you know, if you're someone who maybe, you know, longevity of wear is important to you, or if you're someone who say that you're, whether it's for work or whatever you're doing, you're going to be somewhere and you're going to be in a situation where you're not going to be able to change your polish for a while, or maybe you don't like to change your polish very often and you're just, you know, I want to do a basic manicure and then, you know, leave it at that. You know, this would be a good system. Now, I will say one of the cons, in a way, probably is the price. So each one of these components, the primer, the top coat, and the color, they're $16 each. And Static does offer free shipping on their website of orders for $55 and up. But if you're just starting out and getting the 3, you know, that's not going to reach that there. And they are, like I said, I mean, $16 each is, you know, that is a little bit steep. Now, having said that, I will say, I feel, in my opinion, that you are getting what you pay for. The other thing to keep in mind, once you have the base and top coat, you know, until you run out of those, all you would be buying would be the color. The other thing that I've noticed is that they also do quite a few sales and promotions on their website. So I think that that's really good, and that would make it worth it as well. But the formulas were absolutely amazing. That's another thing that I wanted to comment on, even though this is somewhat of a different system because of you know, some of the claims and maybe some of the things that are in these particular lacquers. These apply like a regular polish system, so you're not doing anything that is out of the norm that you would normally do. You know, your manicure isn't going to take a long time because you're using these products. You know, you're going to get the look of a gel manicure, but you're not using lamps. These remove super easily like regular polish. You know, I use non-acetone remover when I can, which is what they recommend with these, and it works perfectly. They do have their own remover that you can use, but you can use any remover out there. So you're not having to do all these extra things to get the benefits of this program. And I also meant to mention, I probably mentioned it during the application, is the brush. I love that the brush is not only wide, but it's rounded. And I absolutely love that. Like, they were fun to apply. They were easy to apply. And so, you know, that and the shine and really the treatment of my nails are at the top of my list for me as far as priorities. So this checks all those boxes. So, okay, so that is my entire review. Again, I would like to do another wear test to kind of see, you know, now that I'm going to be, you know, even more in my day-to-day and working and really having to put my manicure to the test. So, you know, in teaching, there's everyday things and then the typing and writing and things, and just sometimes being too tired to like want to redo my nails. And so if I have a system like this that lasts, it's kind of nice to use that every once in a while. So, all right, so if you've used this system and you have thoughts on it, please let me know what they are. I would love to hear them. Or if you have any shade recommendations, let me know about those as well. And if you guys have any other requests for content for my channel, one thing that is coming up, I do want to mention, I do have a review coming up of the OPI, fairly new OPI line, their new line, Nature Strong. That's coming up. I'm really excited about that. Starting on September 1st, I'm going to start showcasing one of those shades every day. So that will actually go on for a little bit before I actually get into putting up the actual full review video. But by the time you see that, you'll already see how some of those were applying. So I'll be doing the mini swatch videos and stuff, and I'll start putting those on Instagram even before the full swatch and review, because I haven't finished swatching those yet. So, all right. So with that being said, thank you so much again for watching. Again, I would love it if you would consider subscribing to my channel, The Polished Desk. You can also follow me over on Instagram. I have TikTok as well. I put all of those links in the box below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.